Hey guys, Madison here, and today I'm going to be reacting to Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. Last week on the Book of Boba Fett, stuff happened. We finally got to see him save Fennec, how all that went down. There was a crazy cybernetic montage. We got to see the Slave One back in action again, just wiping out all of the Sand Riders, which was way more satisfying than I ever could have imagined. The Sarlacc got a seismic charge dropped into it. And we got to see Black Chrysanthemum rip the arm off of a Trandoshan. So I mean, all around, pretty satisfying episode. And of course, the icing on the cake at the end, a very familiar musical theme that seems to be implying something. I think the chances are pretty good that Din Djarin shows up in this week's episode, so I am extremely excited. I loved Din Djarin. I loved him and Boba together. Their dynamic was great in season 2 of The Mandalorian. And I remember being so disappointed in the season 2 finale when Boba drops him off on Gideon's ship and then just leaves, and everyone else gets to participate in the final battle, you know, on the ship, and Boba just leaves. And I was like, no, I wanted to see them fight together. So maybe we'll finally get that in the Book of Boba Fett. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, before I jump into the reaction this week, I do have one comment from Patreon. Paul H7791 says, yes, Madison, it was Din's theme at the end. I'm geeking out a bit. Last episode was kind of up and down for me. Feels like we are back on track. Will we see any of the hunters from The Empire Strikes Back? Does the old Bad Batch show up with Omega? And will you put the helmet on for Chapter 7? Maybe. As for the hunters, I've been wanting Bosk to show up in this show. I don't know if it's gonna happen, and now especially with BK on the team, if he recruited Bosk, I feel like that would not go well. So maybe Bosk shows up as an enemy instead, which would be really cool. I think he's the guy from Empire who has the highest chance of showing up. We could see IG-88. Maybe. They've already done IG-11 in The Mandalorian, so it could happen. As for the Bad Batch, I'm gonna say no on that because it's an ongoing show with a season 2 that's coming this year, I believe. So I don't think they'll want to spoil the fact that those characters have survived all this time with the show still ongoing. I don't think they'll want to give that away. They'll want to keep the tension there of what happens to these guys? Do they survive? So I'm gonna go no on that one. But stick around to see, will I put on the helmet for Chapter 7? Alright guys, I'm so excited for this episode, so without further ado, let's jump in and let's watch Chapter 5. Whoa, Star Wars butcher shop, meat packing place. Never seen that before. No way! Oh my gosh, first scene! I'm so happy to see him again, guys. You have no idea. Where's the Darksaber? Does he have it?
Looks to me like you're surrounded.
Whistling birds.
Let's discuss our options.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Yes. Did he just bite him? Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That was amazingly dark. Wow, Din Djarin without the child, right? Big difference. Big difference in behavior. Yes. That I freaking love that scene. Oh my gosh, that was great. That's the stuff right there. More of that. What is this? We're journeying to the galaxy of Halo. Or Mass Effect, it kind of looks like the Citadel. It is the Citadel! This is amazing. I love this environment. Just casually carrying around a head in a bag, it's fine. You gotta love awkward elevator rides.
I'd put that on ice if I were you.
He doesn't want another job from her, apparently. So he's not with Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians anymore? Going it alone? He needs to treat that wound. That looks bad. He needs a turn and Boba's back to tank. I have a bad feeling like he's about to get jumped or something. He's looking for a Mandalorian. Do not fall. It is very bad if you do. Wow. I love this. Is that the armorer? Is she here? Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Okay, so several of them escaped.
What weapon caused such a wound?
This.
I didn't even realize that was what he got cut by. I thought he got shot by a blaster. Happened so fast.
Mandalore will be laid to waste, and its people scattered to the four winds.
Well, that's already happened.
This is the way.
Alright. I feel like he might be jealous because he's a Vizsla, right? Might think he deserves the Darksaber.
Mandalorian steel is meant for armor, not weapons.
Then forge it into armor.
But you might need it for something. What if you're fighting someone else with a lightsaber?
Saber is a more noble weapon for you to wield.
Alright. That's true. If you have the Darksaber, you can block a lightsaber, so it's fine, I guess. It's kind of sad, though. I love that spear. Flashback.
For a specific foundling. Grogu.
He's no longer in your care. What shall I forge for the foundling Grogu?
Oh. What is it? I need to know what it is. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies, them fighting right there.
Fighting against the blade.
Oh, gosh.
Move.
Maybe the Darksaber belongs in someone else's hands.
I knew he wanted it. But what if you fall?
It is done. Have you ever removed your helmet? Have you ever removed your helmet?
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
They're wrong. They're wrong. It doesn't matter. He needs to just leave them behind and move on. Their rules are ridiculous. Go find Boba. Bo-Katan's not really for you either. Go find Boba. He better not lose those. This could take a while. Oh my gosh. swear if that thing goes
I know
missing,
everything that's in there.
I swear, y'all. He's thinking about Grogu. Oh.
Thank you for traveling Starliner Travel. We wish you a pleasant stay. We hope to see you.
It's like BD1. It's like BD from Fallen Order. I can't believe it.
Maybe it ran.
And none of you are gonna help her?
Oh, BD? You good? Oh, good. Oh,
He looks so
look,
good.
everyone, it's.
Where's the
I'm
Razor
finished.
Crest? I don't have time for this.
Hang on a second. Do you have any idea what this is? This
Is that a Naboo?
One starfighter, handmade for the Royal Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo.
This
Yep.
is a pile of junk.
Do you want your credits back?
No,
Yes.
they're not junk.
Wasting up my dip swap.
Would get you around.
Get this baby up and going. You know,
Sure,
if you
Boba can buy you a very nice ship.
I can't even see what I'm doing. Can you stop moving?
dated a jowl for a while. They're quite furry. Very furry.
What?
A lot of issues. Oh, here they are.
What?
If I...
Oh my gosh, is he gonna turn into a chrome Naboo fighter? That's gonna look freaking awesome. Oh, I love that it's a prequel era ship. Yes. I'm always here for prequels, getting the love they deserve.
Thanks, little guy.
That's helpful.
They said they crawled under a Pike Spice runner and crimped it off while they were refueling.
Gutsy little fellas.
It's a Tatooine rooster dragon. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, I love it. Shouldn't those front pod things be covered a little more? They're kind of exposed. But other than that, I really love it. I hope this goes well. I hope it's not like a first flight of the Iron Man suit, if you know what I mean. Ah, those buttons. It's working. It's working. It's flying. We're in the air. Whoa. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, it's like the pod race. Oh my gosh.
You'll come up to Beggar's Canyon.
Oh my gosh. Man, that looks so good.
Dick Ferrick.
What's happening? No.
Run your beacon for me in one. Your voice is mighty familiar. You used to fly a Razor Crest? You mind answering a few questions?
Not again.
How was it?
Wizard.
Those J-type bolts and
Wizard!
tighten the old evacuation port, don't they?
Wizard, Amy.
Oh, by the way, an old friend of yours dropped by, said
She tell you her name?
Fennec Shan.
I thought you said that the hangar security system was up.
Yes.
By any chance, are you looking for work?
Tell him it's on the house. But first, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
Bryce Dallas Howard She killed it. She killed it again. Oh my goodness. Y'all. I don't even know what to talk about. I don't even know where to start. That was freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. Second best episode, if not the best episode of the show so far, which is weird considering Boba Fett was not even in it. But oh my gosh, that was so awesome. So first of all, the opening scene was freaking awesome. Like the darkness and the grittiness of it, seeing the deadliness of the Darksaber in action was just awesome. I could not believe he cut that guy in half. Like, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen, guys. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss that cameo because I could have sworn I knew that guy in the other X-Wing and it looked like Brad Pitt, but I'm like, surely not. I'm crazy, right? I don't know. That whole starry space environment was awesome. It reminded me so much of the Citadel from Mass Effect with the ring and the, you know, the city kind of inlaid into it. I'm so glad to see that the armor is alive, that she made it and Paz Vizsla made it. That was cool. Oh, let's see here. Max Lloyd Jones. I'm assuming that's who that was. Okay, so I don't know who that was, but he looks like he could be Brad Pitt's child. Because he looks just like him, or Brad Pitt's clone. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up who that is because I don't know. But okay. Sorry, y'all. I am all over the place because that was just amazing. I don't have any complaints about that episode. The pacing of it was fantastic. Starting off with a bang, getting to reunite with the armorer and Paz Vizsla, hearing about the history of the Darksaber again, and the prophecy, and explaining, you know, the differences in Mandalorian ideology, and seeing the Night of 1,000 Tears briefly, and seeing that that's why they cling so closely to this creed of we have to do things this way because we are the chosen children. We were special and we survived because of our beliefs. And so if we bend like these other guys, these other people who we don't consider Mandalorians, we will be cursed and will be punished. She's really bought into this fact that like her sect, her group is special. And if they cave at all on that, they'll be wiped out too. But yeah, honestly, I just feel like Mando needs to leave them behind because I don't think he's gonna sway them. And I mean, they kind of just excommunicated him. So, he needs to join up with Boba, but also like, I don't think Din's future is in the criminal underworld. I feel like he's gonna have higher aspirations and achieve more in the galaxy than that for like the force of good, because he is a hero when it comes down to it. So I don't think his future is with Boba permanently, but I think for right now it's the best thing. He needs to learn from Boba in terms of like, you can be a Mandalorian and take your helmet off and not abide by this creed and that creed, you know. Because that's such a recent notion, you know. If you look at all the Mandalorians on Mandalore, like Satine and Bo-Katan and all them, they just take their helmets off all the time, no big deal. And I get that they think that was part of the reason why they were cursed and they all died or whatever, but yeah, I think Din has become more open-minded with being around Bo-Katan and Boba Fett, hopefully, and I think he still has a lot to learn from Boba when it comes to that. And not feeling bad about taking his helmet off, because that's just ridiculous. But yeah, that fight between, just seeing him duel and practice with the armor was great. Seeing the duel with Paz Vizsla was great. I'm glad he kept the Darksaber and he didn't like let them guilt him out of it, like giving it up or whatever, because you're not a real Mandalorian. The Naboo Starfighter came out of left field, and I was totally not prepared for that, and I loved it. I didn't even realize what it was at first because it was like gutted, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, because I loved those Starfighters in the Phantom Menace. I always thought they were so cool. I loved their sound and their speed, and of course, I mean, the classic scene of Anakin taking out the Trade Federation starship in one of those. Oh my goodness. And now Mando has one, and it's like chrome plated, and it looks so awesome. And oh my gosh, okay, so much of the sequel trilogy was steeped in original trilogy nostalgia. And I love the original trilogy, and I love that nostalgia, but I think the prequels deserve the same love. And for kids like me who grew up with the prequels, I was just having a nostalgia fest seeing that ship again and seeing him fly through where the pod race took place, where Anakin flew his pod racer, and seeing him fly through Beggar's Canyon, and oh my gosh, that was just so awesome. It felt and looked so good, like it was moving. Like that speeder chase in Chapter 3 in town that was Chapter 3, right? Yeah. And Chapter 3 felt really slow to me, and I was not a fan of, but that felt so fast, and that looked so real and so good. Oh my gosh. And then just thinking about him missing Grogu. Okay, so he said he has to go see Grogu before he joins up with Boba, right? So are we gonna see that next episode? Are we gonna see him go visit Grogu and give him the gift? And does that mean we see Luke again? Like, or are we just gonna stick with Boba, and then Din comes back and he's like, oh yeah, I went to see Grogu, and he mentions it, but we don't see it. I don't know, but holy moly. I loved everything about that. I loved seeing Amy Sedaris' character again. I'm sorry, I can't remember the character's name, but I love that character. I think she's so endearing and so likable. And a BD droid. Oh my gosh, like Cal Kestis' droid. That was so cool. Was he there last time? I do not remember him being there last time. I think that's new, and he looks amazing. Like another droid adapted so well into live action from not animation, but video game animation. Wow, I'm geeking out. I did not expect this whole episode to be from Din's point of view. Like, I thought he'd just be coming in there and then working with Boba, and it did not happen that way. We actually got a whole episode just setting up Din and like where he's been and what he's doing. And oh my gosh, I'm like wondering, does Din want to lead Mandalore? I don't know if his ambitions are that high, and I'm just wondering if like Boba is going to transition his goal from being crime lord to ruler of Mandalore. That's a lot higher and more honorable goal, and I would like to see Boba's character take that direction instead of just being a crime boss forever, because really, he's too honorable for that. He's too loyal. He's just too good of a man to be a crime boss forever, I think. I think he's meant for higher things, and I could totally see Boba Fett becoming Mandalore. Like, that would be freaking awesome. And then Din's like one of his top lieutenants, you know, and they're like working together. Guys, the possibilities are endless. Wow, there's 2 episodes left, and I'm like, what in the world is going to happen? My mind is blown. Bryce Dallas Howard, she kills it every time she directs an episode. She directed Chapter 4 of Season 1 of The Mandalorian and Chapter 3 of Season 2, I think it was, and now this, and she's killed all 3 of them. Amazing. It was nice to get off Tatooine. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice to get off Tatooine and have that bit of a break before we went back. And yeah, I just loved that environment and that design so much. That scene was hilarious with him getting on the elevator and the guy like looking down at the head in the bag. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. Oh my goodness, yeah. That was fantastic. Wow. I am so excited to see how the the Filoni Favreau verse continues to develop and the threads and the characters they continue to bring together and the larger narrative they weave. Oh man, guys, the possibilities are endless. Please let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments. If you're on Rumble, let me know what you thought. And if you are a patron, $2 tier and above, you can leave me a comment on Patreon or DM it to me, and I will be sure to respond to it in next week's video. I would love to hear your thoughts, your feedback, your questions, your theories, whatever about where is this show going? Where is the character of Din Djarin going? Where are they going with Boba Fett? How are these final 2 episodes gonna unfold, and what's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a season 2? I don't know, but I hope so, because I always want more Boba. So yes, I cannot wait for next week. That was an incredible episode, and I need to watch it again, like ASAP. Because there was a lot to take in. I feel like I'm just fangirling all over the place, and I probably forgot a ton of things. And I'm sorry, but I'm just like, whoa. That was a very like lore heavy, character heavy, Easter egg heavy episode, and I was just loving every single minute of it. So I can't wait for next week. And I'm kind of sad that there's only 2 left. But we do have more shows to look forward to, guys. We have Obi-Wan to look forward to, which I think is coming out this year, and I cannot wait for that too. That's going to be so much fun. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to Jon Favreau this week for the prequels love and the prequels nostalgia. This prequels kid is over the moon about it, so thank you. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and be sure to come back next week for another Fett Friday. See you guys then.